Hi everyone, I am Tara, aka Spirit Mother, and I would like to welcome you back to my channel, YouTube, Spirit Teaches Going Within Self, on TikTok 1974 Enlightened Soul. I'm also live on my Facebook. Today I'm talking about, what is a true confession? Okay. The reason why I'm talking about this is, and I'm going to touch base on, it's going to be a part of my own life. And if you're new to my channel, I always suggest that people recommend that people go and read the description on the YouTube channel, Spirit to Spirit Within Self, in order to get a better understanding of what it is that I bring forward on my channel, my platform, what have you. Okay, because I talk a lot about my own experiences, even say the things that I have done and what have you, because I'm letting go of the shame of that. Okay. Now, the reason why I'm talking about what is a true confession. A true confession is somebody that confesses to doing something and actually learns from it. Okay. I was going to talk about also how because it pertains to this. Because last night I went somewhere, and prior to that, I was reading about Donald Trump and how Donald Trump was being sneaky with his second wife while he was married to his first wife, so Marla, and he was married to Ivana at the time because he did that to Marla too. He was married to Marla when he went after Melina, her name is. Now, getting back, okay, because in there it said that there was a love triangle. Okay. However, that's no one talking about today or yesterday. I went somewhere, so I read about like what happened to Ivana, but last night I went somewhere. Okay, and when I was there, spirit triggered me into a memory that would have hurt someone, and it would have been back around 2016 or so, thereabouts, okay, in around there, okay? Was in my promiscuous days, okay? And there was this guy, and I'm going to tell, like, in that time, my cousin was actually dating, like, kind of dating the guy, but I didn't know. But I do know that it was someone that he was all the guy that I was seeing or dating or what have you. I knew somebody else that he had dated, and I heard stuff. Okay. And I'm going to tell my cousin, I'm really glad that I told you to go away. Because he would have taken you down the dark path. He would have tried to take you down the dark path. Because he didn't care about you. He didn't care about anybody. Now, what I'm going to share is very sensitive, and some will like look at me like, holy shit, bro. Some may even lose respect for me. But it's that part of confession. Now, last night, I was at this place, and someone I ran into and introduced themselves, what have you, and I took something I took something back in the room, and this person came in, and when we were walking past each other, I heard, "I found you." Okay, so okay, and then when I got going, I realized that for some reason it was reminding me of someone from my past that I hurt but didn't mean to hurt. Now, it was during a sexual escapade because I was bisexual at the time, and I was single, still single, been single since 2012. So what ended up happening is the guy I was dating, seeing what have you, and I think he did it to this other person that I know. I'm almost certain that he did. Whether she said anything about it, I don't know, but I'm here to say something. Now, I was seeing him. I was in a bad place. I felt like I needed money. And I ended up like he and I got like I did not that. Like, okay, first I'll explain I need money, so I wanted to front some marijuana to sell it. So I ended up giving it to him. He ended up taking it somewheres and smoking it and friggin' smoking it all the way, and he was gone for quite a long time. Come back, no money, no weed. And I had fronted it. So I had to figure out how to get it back, like how to get the money. So I ended up selling my car, to my ex-husband because I needed the money to pay the people back. I never did that again. Okay. And like what ended up happening is he wanted to have a threesome. Not my ex-husband, this guy I was seeing, he wanted to have a threesome. Okay. So we had talked about it and everything. And then this one night, he calls me up at like 11:30 in the night and said I found someone. He was bringing her into my place. He brought her to my place, and we were sitting in the living room, and her and I were sitting there talking. And then we started like flirting around and kissing and touching and what have you. And then her and I, we went in the room. And we were doing stuff, and like when I touched her on her head, I did get a little freaked out because she had been like, I don't know if somebody had been pulling her hair out or what had been happening, but I know now that she had been living a life where she sustained a lot of sexual abuse and trauma, but I didn't know it at the point. And her and I went in the room, and we were messing around, and I was penetrating her and stuff like that. And he come in, and I told him, like, no, not right now. Like, no. I was penetrating her on the inside, and I had really long nails at the time. And when I was penetrating her, I don't know if she had ended up like that I raped her or something, but that's not what I was doing because when I was penetrating her, he took his and he put them inside her, and then he started pushing on my fingers. And I was uncomfortable because I could hear her. And I kept saying, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" Because I didn't realize what was happening. So I had to go. I said, "No, like I gotta stop." I had to go to the bathroom because something didn't feel right for me. I went to the bathroom and I looked at my hand, and there was blood all over my fingers and my nails. And I called him in and I told him, like, she's on her period. No, she's not. So I told him, like, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to. And I told her, come on, let's go out. And he's like, no, she's staying here. And she's looking at me, and I'm like, no, come with me. Like, we'll go back out in the living room and we'll just talk. And he said, no, she's staying with me. And then she looked at me, she said, no, I'm not staying here. So I went out in my living room, sitting there, and I could hear them. So I laid on my couch and I went like that. He's like, you're like moaning. But I think he was hurting her. Now, when I look back at everything, I believe he was hurting her. And I stayed in the bed all night. And then in the morning, she'd come out and I was talking to her and what have you. And she told me she liked him and everything like that. And I was like, no, 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 what have you. And she said about him getting up and taking him home and that. And I went in to get him and no, just get rid of her. She said, just get rid of her. And like I go out and I tell her like, he's not getting up. And I ended up, and I told this before, I ended up giving her $2.50 to get the bus. I gave her some water and I gave her some food, and I wish she had have told me what happened that night, because I would have took her to the hospital. I didn't have a way to take her home, but I was frustrated too, because to me, I wanted to stop and he kept going and she was so I felt like I was cheating on her. But I gave her the money and I gave her some food, bit of food and what have you. Because I asked her if she knew how to do, like if she knew the bus route. And for some reason, I think I ran into her last night. And that's why I got triggered into remember this. I didn't mean to hurt her, and I never, like, and I know that, like, karma comes back. And then when I went to Alberta, I was still in my promiscuous, like I was lonely up there. And I went and met this guy, and then it was a threesome, and then like um I told him I just want to like concentrate on her, not me, just be with her because it was her first experience. And I was very sensual with people. And this woman wasn't the first one I was with, because I was with a woman when I was first time I was with a woman was I was around 22, and it was very sensual. And a lot of people look down, like what have you, because I hurt this woman and I didn't mean to hurt her with my nails. And when I got my nails clean, I took and I chewed them all off when I realized what had actually happened. And a few days after that, I actually left him to go away. He would call me and I'd ignore him. And after that, he tried a number of times and I just tell him, like, go away, you know. So I'm glad that spirit brought her back around, because I know that whatever happened that night after I left that room, and with me hurting her with my nails, not purposely, it probably caused her a lot of damage. And I'm really sorry for that. And I do wish that you had it, if what happened. I wish you had told me. Because I didn't mean to hurt you. This is a spirit to spirit. But I just want to see her heal. One human for her. And last night when I see her, it was her. She was dancing and I was looking and it's pretty cool. But I don't have friends. My ex-husband told me tonight, because I worked all day cleaning his house, he told me, well, no wonder nobody wants to talk to you because all you do is judge everything. No, I'm not judging people. I experience truth. He's a, like, to say that to me, you're a fucking asshole. Because you tell me I have no friends. I have no friends. Some of them didn't want to be around too. I even told him, like, I'm happy and I'm cheerful when I'm not around him. But see, I know what a true confession is. Because true confession will come from the heart and you will feel remorse for the things that you've done. And you learn from it. So when I was in Alberta, I know that, whatever happened with that guy, another guy, then I went to karaoke and I got roofied and I woke up in a barrage, my pantyhose and everything torn. And there was a pool table and I was hurting. So I know that was the karma coming back, but I didn't mean to hurt someone. Emotionally, so I know how to confess, and I don't say I'm perfect or I'm holier than thou. But tonight was, I felt like destroying everything together with so much rage, and I told my husband again, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you. And I side with his first ex-wife because I know what she went through with regards to mental abuse. I know how to love, and I'm here to teach him how, what love really is. It's not a, it's freaking like holy shit. What is love? Love is compassion, understanding. Love is forgiveness. See, I don't. It's like when I look at pictures, it's not that I'm always mourning the loss of loved ones when they pass. I mourn my stuff because I gotta let it. It's facing it, looking at it. That's the part of the darkness, looking into the dark night of the soul, looking into the shadow. That's the confession. That's the true confession.
and that's something he cannot do. I have not been intimate with anybody for almost 3 years now. You put in a sedan, okay? I said what the. So when you can actually be truthful and honest with yourself, and honest with yourself, and I'm confessing to the world, and others can't. I don't just confess to God. I confess to the universe, everything and everyone. So, to my ex-husband, go fuck yourself. You're a jerk. You fuck. It's like when somebody lies about somebody and you know damn well that they're lying about them. Telling me that nobody likes me, you're a fucking asshole. Because people do like me. You're the one who don't like people. And I'll say it, he wouldn't confess to it. When I confronted him with it, he told me to shut my mouth and fuck off. We were in the store yesterday, and in the store, we were down this aisle, and this man started talking to him. He was off. He just listened to him. But then, when he walked away from him, come up to me, he looked me, what was up with that guy? Like, he fucking creeped me out. It's like, you fucking asshole. How did he creep you out? I was watching, and all he was doing was talking about a fan or something. What? He creeped you out because he started talking to you, but you had talked to other people in the store? Talks about other people and their houses and what certain people's places look like, or how certain people look or dress or what have you. He might want to have a fucking gander at himself because he's the biggest fucking hypocrite at all, a hypocrite of all, and he would tell people about being a hypocrite. Figuring anything out yet? I'm pretty sure, like when the one that was staying in my trailer, like holy shit, he said about what the state my ex-husband said about the state my trailer was living in, and it's like I was looking at his stuff, and it's like, hey, dude, are you sure you're not that person, or are you doppelganger that you said that you met years ago? My channel's not for everyone, but at least I can say my stuff. He said he's truthful, but he's not truthful at all. So do I like my accent? No, the universe just threw me back here. He's got some lessons to learn. Same as I had to learn different lessons. He would say about his father, something he was told that his father was a narcissist. He did tell me one night, excuse me, confirmation, that you think the son is bad, the father was worse. So
what's that part, you know? Like, if you don't like me, I don't care because, you know, I'm not real fond of him either. Do I love him? Yeah, I love everyone because I see into their heart and I see what they've gone through. It's not to shame someone, but it's to say, you know, hey, you know, before you fucking come at me, you might want to look at yourself. I know it's not easy when I walk into a room. I read the room. And it's not because it's not because I'm judging someone. It's that it's that I've connected with spirit. I've connected with the awareness, with the Christ consciousness of connecting with everything and everyone. And some will say, well, wouldn't that be a curse? Well, you know, until I figured out what it was a curse. I don't hang I don't hang around with people. I don't do anything. I'm a fucking hermit. I went out last night and I could see the expression on the person's face when they said about us keeping in contact with one another. And I was like, well, like, hey, you know, I'm sorry, but I'll see you at these things, but I can't because I don't talk to a whole lot of people. I don't have friends because my ex-husband said it's because you judge everyone. No, go fuck yourself, jerk. You just don't like me mirroring you. I'm one massive freaking mirror. And it makes it hard for me to go anywhere. And like when I told this person that like no, I know they thought I was lying because I felt their energy change, but I was not lying about it. It's like I'm not judging people. I'm trying to understand people and I'm seeing your heart and it may mirror back at you, but I'm showing you yourself with how we treat people. That's what my channel is about. I talk about the good, bad, the ugly stuff about not just myself, but the world. And people don't want that. They want truth and reconciliation, but they don't want to face their own truth. So it means that I have no friends. Well, you know, I never had any growing up, anyways. I was very much a loner but a floater at the same time. I look up to Mother and Mary. That's who I look up to because I know that they're with me. They're my strength. They're my power. They're what helps me to stand up for me and others. And if me crying, being sensitive to everything, people look down on me for that. This is my power. This is my strength. There was a lot of threats of spirit that really, when he said that, they really wanted to go after, wanted to use me to go after him. And it's like, no, we can't do this because it's not worth it.
He's got a lot of inner work to do. He's not going to be honest with myself and others. Like him. But he is. The one that went around preaching about the hypocrites. He was a hypocrite. He's a hypocrite. My ex-husband. He says about respect. And I'll be honest. Shit, yeah. Very bad. He was never honest a day in his life. I don't know. Well, I don't know. But I know the past 25 years that I've been around him, he's not been honest. And I'm pretty sure he wasn't honest with his first wife either, because I know that their relationship was destructive. I'm not in a relationship with him, but sometimes he acts like it. Whenever he'll ask me like what I'm doing or where I'm going or what have you, and I'll tell him. But when I ask him what he's doing or where he's going, like basically, what do you need to know? It's like, hey, dude, why the fuck do you need to know where I am? So it's that part, they don't like you standing up for yourself. They don't like when and it doesn't matter like what gender it is, people don't like you standing up for yourself. They don't like when they treat you like shit, they don't want to get it back. And people say, oh, well, love and light, love and light. What? Like you say love and light, like what? You hardly have any fucking thing going on in your life. Maybe if you're hollering to people who've had stuff going on in their life, love and light, love and light. Well, yeah, you've got to go through the darkness to get to the fucking light. And some people, that's very difficult to do. Because it's very difficult to do the shadow work. So my ex-husband tells me, when nobody thinks marriage, you feel you do is judge. No, I have the ability and the confidence in myself to be able to come forward and say, hey, these are my flaws. But you act all fucking holier than thou. This is a spirit to spirit. This isn't directed towards people on my channel. So if people take offense to it, my channel's not for you. Sa totoo lang kita. Gusto ko panikilaman ng space para hayain no kurus last night when I went to this thing, I felt good. I felt thankful. I felt calm. And then I got home. How was your day? Oh, it was good. I had fun. Good. I'm glad you had fun. It's like, dude, how about you get off your fucking high horse? And how about you stop feeling sorry for yourself and get your fucking shit together and stop being a fucking older pack rat, and you might have some fun yourself. The same person that he would criticize and say about that left line trailer in disarray, he would say about all their flaws. You might want to look at himself. Because I'll tell you right now, that one he criticizes, he told me that my ex-husband needed to have a good journey. He also told my ex-husband that he needed to learn how to treat his women, which he does too, because shit happened there. But others have told him that he needs to learn how to treat his women. My own father told me that I should when he would, the way he would talk to me, I should slap him across the face. And that was my own father. His father, my ex-husband's father, told me, like, I don't know why you're with him. Why don't you divorce him? Hey, it was that part, spirit to spirit. Why the fuck didn't your wife divorce you? Because I know you were the same way to her. Because I'm connected with the spirits. I'm connected with all of it. Ex-husband, place, so many years doing like somebody else made the mess. Who made the mess? Let me see. You don't believe in ghosts. You don't believe in the spirit shit that I'm talking about, but you say somebody else did it and you're the only one there. So say, like, what? How many doppelgangers do you have? How many ones do you keep switching with because you're never the same? And I'm the one that needs mental health. It's like, dude, it's time to get your fucking shit together and go talk to your first ex-wife. You don't see your son? Well, that's your fault. Do I agree that you should have never been able to see your son ever again? Like, see your son? No, I don't agree with that. But I do agree with it. She did the right thing by leaving and taking your son with her. And I'm pretty sure that, you say you met her at a certain age. I'm pretty sure that, hey, maybe you got her into drinking pills and drugs because, misery loves company. When you say you love somebody, you don't fucking hurt them. He says about me coming on to my podcast and my lives, what have you. You're shooting people down. You're shooting people down. No, I'm not shooting anybody down. If people interpret it that way, well, then that's on them. It's not on me because I'm not shooting anybody down because I'm using my own experiences and I'm saying about what I see going on in the world. And then, even with Donald Trump, I said about Donald Trump, but I also said that I know that he grew up in a narcissistic home with a narcissistic father who told him that you're a killer, you're a killer, you're a king. Well, he ain't no king. Not a loving king, not a caring king that actually does for people. And some Trumpers might not like what I have to say, but hey, try reading the book that I started reading. Because it said that he grew up around the mafia, and it said that, and Ivana said that they wanted to be with the, what was it? Rockefellers. It was the last tycoon, the many lives of Donald Trump. No, I feel what I believe. Because I've even called my ex-husband, what are you, Trump? He hates Trump. He doesn't like Trump. Is it because you don't like yourself, man? Because I know you're that spirit of him. Because I know you're a time traveler. People don't believe in time travel. But you could be time traveling and not realize it. Hey, you got off little bit off the topic, but it's a part of confession. Confessing to the myth, my truth with my truth is like, myth is your truth too. I'm not against God. I actually found God, and God is who's helping me to heal. Spirit is who's helping me to heal. And people say, well, why don't you say your Lord Jesus Christ? It's not because I don't believe, because I know that Jesus did good things. So you only know 3 years. Is that part of going into the darkness and finding your heart? Tell me something. Why did Mary Magdalene become what we class today as a feminist? And what is a feminist? A feminist, they think that it's all just women, women, women. No. It's where both the male and the female, or the female and the male, make that connection. And they see the importance of the feminine. He's the one, he'll say about, and I know he's trying to cut this off, he'll say about bleeding hearts. No, we're not bleeding hearts. We're healing hearts. And the ones that don't want us helping others to be part of the healing hearts, which you call bleeding hearts, we're bleeding our traumas, and you don't like it. We're letting go of our pain. And my pain is going on the one who caused it most. So when people come and they say about confession, confession is supposed to be something that you learn from. Not keep doing the same thing over and over again because, I'll go confess and God will forgive me. It's like, when are you going to stop expecting somebody else to die for what you class as sins? And do it yourself. Because who was it that actually turned the sky dark? Was it Jesus or Yeshua, however people perceive? Or was it maybe the pain of the mother? Yatanani saratai. Ede putukurisha la kisa. De sukuri. Ale pitukuri atata esui. Makala no kurisara nutupi tata eturi. Kela putukurisha la mastara. Ele turit keletana ese krem na turi priya. Sitututka. Dushula karamaki anukuko ano aliyah tataris tupuri kita kan. Dito kuri puto taris. Get tatarihan to create that I. It's a part, yeah, you wonder why somebody is the way they are. Well, if, with everything, if all kinds of shit went on somebody and, they turned like really angry and dark and everything like that. And it was because so many people just fucking treated them like a piece of shit. People say, oh, well, you don't blame other people. To a certain extent. But it is your choice to heal from it. People are not born evil. People are not born killers. And some will say, well, yeah, people are born evil. They're coming in with their ancestors, but it is up to us to help each other, to see each other, to have compassion and understanding for one another instead of beating the shit up. Why do I keep saying beating the shit up? Beating the shit out of each other. Physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Everything's been mirroring. It's that part of do unto others as you would want others to do unto you. Treat your neighbor as though you would want to be treated. Diba? Siguro today, doing. Sa nagreisyo lagi ziri at tutusri. So next time someone sees me or is in contact with me, I start like, what have you, and I feel one way or I'm fearing one way or what, have a check with yourself. Because I walk around with an open heart. And others don't understand that. So if you don't understand that, then you don't understand the true teachings. Because the true teachings was never about like killing each other or one religion or group or what. That was more just control. Ito po rin. So to all versions of my ex-husband, it's time you look at yourself. It's time you go inward. Stop saying about like you're mourning people. Why are you mourning them? What are you mourning about them not being here? What do you want to say to them? What do you want? It's like, dude, you said about your fucking solar plex.
Well, mine's been going haywire because I know you're not being honest with me and you haven't been honest with me. And this is a spirit to spirit. So if anybody takes offense to my channel, well, then my channel is not for you, like I said. Because I know that I'm up against a lot of my ex-husband's versions of spirit. It's that part of, hey, did you lie so much about me that now you can't tell the truth because you make you look bad? Yes, Surikay. Tutupiyatay. And I can feel that right in my solar plex and around my heart. And it's like, it's that part of hurt me, you're only hurting yourself. I don't throw shit back at people. It's that part of asking yourself the question. Do I remind you of yourself? Kaya turisano. Suleta rashalkia kana. I'm here to help hard their souls, help hard souls. Because I was one of them. And I had to wake up to it. I have incense going for the third chakra. I encourage everyone to be truthful with yourself. If you don't want people, if you don't want to feel like somebody is fearing you or judging you, how about you heal? I worked my ass off today from about 10:30 this morning until about 4:30 this afternoon. But my ex-husband was like, no, like gratitude or anything. Didn't say it looked good or anything like that. Just started criticizing it. But he's not a narcissist. Yeah, you are. Get up yesterday. Criticize everybody else, but you think that you're all holier than thou, and you're the biggest hypocrite I've ever met. You talk nice to people, but you don't even like them. Because if you did like them, you wouldn't talk about them behind their back. I don't get into a lot of gossip. Because somebody who gossips about somebody else, you might want to have a look in your book. That means in yourself. Because where's home? Home is where the heart is. And where is the heart? The heart is within you. More people need to learn to open their throat chakra. And, the world will
be a whole lot better place if people started standing up for themselves and stuff, but not punching each other, but saying, hey, I'm not going to take your abuse. You have the man's movement, men's rights. You have the women's movement and women's rights. It's like, where's the movement where each person comes together and fucking realizes that it's not about a man's rights and a woman's rights. It's about everybody's fucking rights. Don't like my passion? Human rights. Because no one person is better than the other, and no sex is better than the other. You were brought here at the same time. So it's that part when you're making a confession, are you being truthful with your confession? Are you learning from what it was that you were confessing? Or are you going through emotion because, oh, well, God will forgive me. Jesus will forgive me. Ex-husband will tell everybody else to get over it. But he is over all. That's a hypocrite. It's like, here, let me knock you off that fucking pedestal you got yourself on. You set up that day? Everybody says about what Jesus did. Well, we got to fix it. As a community, as a collective, as a whole. Like I said, I've forgiven everyone. The only one I haven't is my ex-husband. Because when somebody keeps doing the same thing and the same treatment, take your stories and shove them right up your fucking hole before I do it for you. Because when somebody says I'm sorry, you're supposed to fucking mean it. 5 minutes later, you're not supposed to go and do the same fucking thing over again. Because then that means you weren't fucking sorry at all. You were just, going through the motions. Or just so, you could love bomb someone or make someone feel like, oh, wow.
So my ex-husband is the one that I haven't forgiven yet. And he's got a lot of work to do. He was supposed to be my friend. He was supposed to be my protector. He was supposed to be my shoulder to cry on. That's what a marriage is. So to my ex-husband who says he don't believe in divorce, I'm here to tell you, you don't believe in marriage either. Because if you did, you would do all that stuff that I said it was. Because it's supposed to be for each other. So I know what love is. I know what a marriage is supposed to be. So if I divorced your ass, see, the thing is, they say that, they don't believe in divorce, that, you're not divorced, like, you're not, this is not final until you die. Guess what? I guess my divorce was final in 2019 because I died. Spirit to spirit. We'll just witness. I watched the Jimmy Carter funeral yesterday. And I cried for parts of it. And I didn't even know the man, but I was crying because I was feeling the people that announced for TV. Towards the end, a couple, a man and a woman, they sang the song "Imagine All the People," and then at the end of it, the like the priests, the pastors, or however, like whatever they're called, I don't know. They all were putting their hands on the casket. I never seen that before, where they'll put the hands on the casket and they'll say stuff. Well, when they put their hands on the casket, all throughout the whole thing, I was fine. Energy was normal, my body was normal, I have you. But when they put their hands on the casket and they started saying stuff, I could see it and I could feel it. I felt darkness. And then I voiced what I could feel. And then after and then after they left, like after they stopped, the military, they come to take the casket. And when the military men laid their hands on the casket, I felt different. I felt more calm. It was like, okay, yeah. And then when I went to my ex-husband, oh, you don't feel that? Like, what do you think? They took his soul? It's like, hey, motherfucker, I really think that somebody took your soul because you ain't got a soul. You ain't got a fucking heart. And that's where the soul comes from. It's the heart. He's up there banging and fucker and everything like that. It's like, hey, man, I'm not afraid of you. I'm not afraid to die because I've already died. And if you fucking try torturing me,
you will know what human pain feels like because you will feel it yourself. And see, the thing is, I had a woman tell me one time that her common law was abusive to her, and one day she punched her in the guts. You know, I have to say, is that why my ex-husband has that pain in it, that in his guts? Is he that spirit, that version? Because you know, I do say, "Come on there, Gerald," and that's what the man's name was. It's banging. Say, do a lot of soul searching, banging. It's, maybe you know, is it intimidation? It's not about a woman's just women standing up for themselves. It's, you know, it's about because men will bully other men too. Spirit to spirit. You thought that he was sitting. Yeah, I even told him, you know, maybe I should tell my psychologist. But oh wait, I already gave my psychologist stuff for my channels. Because today was like this evening. He had no gratitude, no appreciation. And once it was said about me and that me and my sister could start painting now. Dude, you're selfish. You don't do something from the kindness of your heart, you do it to be recognized. And then when you don't get recognized, you take it. You, you get pissed off and say that people don't appreciate nothing. If people appreciate everything, fine. It's you who don't appreciate. This is a spirit to spirit, and it's every form of his spirit. It's like, hey, cheers to the shadow work. Cheers to the dark night of the soul. Cheers to the healing that people are doing right now. They love me just fine. No, take the shit. Take the verbal abuse, but you know, when the banshee comes back at the darkness, it fucking hurts them. And then they'll call you names. And I know that spirits that the ancestors that I connect with, spirits of the ancestors that you connect with. There's a lot of history. It's like today, did I get pissed off? You're fucking right. because originally he asked for my help and he prayed to God. Asking God. Because I heard him. Because that's when I first started tapping in and being able to be telepathic and hearing his thoughts. But he'll say, "Oh, you don't." Well, oh, I do, and that indicates that like people say, like, because they get irate. It's a part of with that. He doesn't know how to live other than in chaos. He would blame me for the house being a mess when we were married and lived together. But the mess I had was in the room. It was in my closet. Sometimes at the foot of the bed, but he never slept in the bed anyways. Because in the 25 years that I've been around him, we always slept on the couch. So it was never a real relationship. It was like, who did you buy me from? Or think you bought me because you don't own me. You just think you do. No one is anyone's property. Some people go by the traditional, oh, that the wife is supposed to do all this stuff for their husband and stuff like that. Well, I'm not traditional. I believe that it's shared. It's that part of no man or woman is your bitch. It's not about somebody else doing the work for you, doing it yourself. Tells me he doesn't want to put his curtains up because he's getting doors and windows. It's like, dude, you told me you didn't even get you haven't even gotten a estimate yet, and that was back in like September or September, or thereabouts. I'm gonna be honest, he still has a door that doesn't latch. He has a freaking uh, treadmill leaned up against it because he said he can't put the doorknob on. He can't get it to latch up, but he won't call somebody and pay $70 to do it. But he will bitch about the man who built this place. So tonight I said, are you the one that built it? And he'll say, oh, well, this is why I don't tell you anything because you weaponize it. No, I'm not weaponizing it. If you take it as me weaponizing it, well, then that's on you because I'm not weaponizing it. I'm just telling my story. And if I'm a bitch, woof, woof, I protect my young. So if I protect my young, it means I protect myself because I am a piece of my young. I am my inner child too. So I'm protecting my inner child. I'm protecting the child within. It's like, dude, I'm your fucking karma. And it's not about tit for tat either. It's what you dish out to me, you're going to get right back because you're going to wear your own fucking energy. He told me one night that I'm taking all my energy back from you. It's like, dude, you never gave me any fucking energy to begin with. Your fucking siphoned mine. See, I know that probably the reason why he is the way he is because nobody stood up to him. Excuse me 1 second, I can get a swear on chilling. He gave me a cross on the necklace for Christmas. Now I'm in a relationship with him. See, sometimes like people be pissed off at me for saying this, but sometimes I question like did like if Jesus was really crucified on the cross, why was he really crucified? And I'm allowed to question that. It's not because I don't believe in Jesus or Yeshua or what he did or anything like that. But it's that part of, we weren't there. So we don't know what, like, if you're not there, you don't really know what all went down kind of behind closed doors. Is that why there's being like the with the white picket fence? But see, it also said that Jesus was encouraging Mary Magdalene. So if Mary Magdalene and Jesus were much the same, which some would say, well, no, they weren't. Well, yeah, they were. I see that Jesus healed Mary Magdalene. How do we know that Jesus wasn't the one who actually needed the healing? What if somebody said that they didn't love Jesus? Because love is the heart. Like, why would anyone even feel like they had to ask somebody if they loved them? Wouldn't you be able to feel that? Seriously. Now I talk about Jesus and feet gets shut down. Wouldn't you really like if you were like if you were like Jesus, if Jesus was who he said he was, why would if he could feel everyone, why would he even have to ask anyone if they loved him? He'd already know that because he would feel it. Because if somebody loves you or you love somebody, why does that question even have to come in? Right? If you both love each other and you know that you love each other because you feel it. So to my ex-husband, I knew how to make a confession. And I do it to the public. But you can't even do it to me. You think that I don't know shit you've done? Because Spirit has been showing me so much. Showed me when, I was in it. It was like I was in a dream, but I was really in it. And it was a dream, a vision where somebody was throwing gasoline on me. And he told me of an experience that he had on one of the ports where he watched somebody run up to somebody and throw a kamikaze cocktail on them, lit them on fire, and that person that was on fire was running down the road, but he didn't run and try to put them out. He said, well, they were stupid enough to keep running. It's like, no, dude, you're not dark. You're as dark as they come if you let somebody do that happen to somebody. Because I'll tell you right now, you said you were pretty fucking fast. Well, I know that you could have caught them. You could have fucking put them out. You could have helped them to stop, drop, and roll. When we were all here, like, there was drinking here upstairs in his place. And it was up there. And that night, my ex-husband was at one end, passed out on the fucking floor after coming out of the bathroom. And then the other person was in the entryway and they were saying some really dark shit. And I was laying there and I was talking in my language. Then one night, I was drinking. That was basically the last time I drank. And one of the ones that were here, they said about that, they wanted to become a person who massages people's feet for them. So I went and I said, here, I'll give you my feet. You can massage my feet for me, and I'll tell you if you'd be good at it or not. Was massaging my feet. And one of the other people there called me a whore. And the person that was massaging my feet jumped up and went to smash them. And then another one come and grabbed the one that went to smash the other one and then said, oh, well, they were defending me. They weren't fucking defending you at all. They were defending me. And then they know damn well that you told them that they weren't allowed around because of me. Because I didn't want them around. It was during COVID. So then those people dislike me for shit that you say because it was you who did it. My channel is a spirit to spirit. And if people don't understand that, then my channel's not for you. My beef is not with people. My beef is with my ex-husband. And all versions of it. Some of them healed.
So I say, don't, like, if I come in a room, don't take offense to my energy, because my energy can be very potent and misunderstood. Some get intimidated by it. I just want to have fun and be free. It's a part of everybody wants to have fun and be free to be authentic, and others not take offense to it. But most of the time, my ex-husband hates me being authentic. He's pretty good at having skits in his head. A lot of dark humor he's got, not something that I would go watch. But he'd make a good comedian for dark humor people. And that's how I know he's not for me. But he is for someone. And I know whoever that person is, if they're not there to use him, then, he'll probably like you. But if if it comes in and they're both to attack me, well, you're not for him, because I know who he is. At times I say it's like he's my husband, but sometimes it feels like he's my son, who acts like my father. Like, yeah, I mean, he acts like he's my father. Sometimes he even acts like he's a brother. And I've even said that to him before, like, holy shit, you act like you'd be my brother or something. So then you look at, they say, like, am I experiencing Lucifer and Michael, where Lucifer is actually a feminine, which would make Lucifer a female, and Michael was masculine, which would make him a male. And that's what they're fighting. Got to suppress the feminine, right? I actually seen a guy who um, he puts a video out, and it's like he's archangel, like he says about being like as Archangel Michael. Okay, he's very masculine, and I don't think he likes women. But then, like I said before, I have to say, like, is somebody not capable of confessing to their own sexuality? And that's part of confession. That's part of being honest with yourself. Because they say, like, if somebody is lesbian or gay or gay or like for a man for a man or a woman for a woman or what have you, they'll tend to bash that sexuality, but they'll treat the opposite sex like a piece of shit because they're too afraid to confess to themselves their own truth and their own. Is that part of, hey, Ned, I'm able to make my confessions. It's not me who uses your shit against you. It's you who uses my shit and others against them. So it's that part of, hey, say about your solar plex. You say that you could feel me lying. I wasn't lying. I just wasn't telling you something. You said after I told you, you had the solar plex chakra release. So, but you be honest with me. I've been honest with you. But wait, you don't have to be. Or is it that you don't know how to be? Or you don't want to be? Okay. Yeah, well, I heard somebody say cut it off. Like, well, I'll put it through this way. I already did one day live on Facebook. And, I know that sometimes people are like kind of trying to curse me to thin my hair out. But hey, what you did to me is going to come back at you. So, hey, but I appreciate everything you do because it helps me to become stronger and know my own self worth. And I hope that one day you will know yours. To be honest, my ex-husband, the one that lived, the person that lived in my camper trailers with it, my ex-husband would put him the size of them, and now he's just the same size and he's really used to. So it's like, it's that part of think about what you're putting out there for others. The ill you wish on somebody else, that ill may come back at you. Like tonight, he puts a bunch of cords by his feet where he would be walking. And there's no reason for it. And tonight I said to him about, like about him tripping over and be like his own fault, which it would be. One day, when I was younger, my dad, he was coming down the stairs and my mom had just waxed him. He was coming down the stairs and he ended up slipping down the stairs and lifting on the stairs all the way. And I laughed at him. Well, not long after that, my mom and dad were down in the basement and checking something out or something like that. And I come going down the basement and all the way down I went. That was a fast car.
Shalom, Kayatay. My ancestors, well, you know, I know that there was a lot of different religions in my ancestors and different languages and what have you. And my ancestors, they're completely, because my ancestors are those parts of consciousness, parts of Christ. People just think like you say Christ, you mean Jesus. No, Christ is God. And Jesus even said himself that he was Son of God. And he said, people say that he said, well, I am. And he said, I am Son of God. And if he's saying I am, and then he's a Son of God, he said, I am God, Son. But some people don't care about that. He was tapped into his abilities. I think that part of, because I know there were two of them. Maybe it was Yeshua or Jesus. Because, they say the name. Some say he was Yeshua and some say he was Jesus. But someone came the other night and told me I needed to repent, so I ripped the strip off. Told me that they were Christian and I needed to repent. I don't care what religion you are. Because I don't see people by a religion, by a color, by a gender. I see the person. So if you go by a different gender and I don't call you by that gender, don't take offense to it. Because I had a friend and she married someone and the person was going by being a man. And I told my friend, like, I'm not, like, with all due respect, I'm not going to call them a man because they're in a female body. It's that part of you're in a female body, you're a female, meaning like you can have a feeling of being a different gender. Because if you're in your masculine or feminine, and if people take offense to that, well, like it's not about how you identify or how you live. It's your heart, it's your soul, it's your spirit, it's your balance. And if people don't like me for saying that, well, like I said, don't take offense to it because you shouldn't. Because, like I said, that's not how you identify as that person. It's you as a person. So if you're in a man body, a woman body, I'm gonna look at you as a man or a woman, but I'm gonna see you as a spirit, as a person. Those are my confessions. And I have no shame in it, and nobody should.
something else to keep everybody separated. And on the thing it says the first apostle for feminist gospel and Christianity we haven't tried yet. Christianity we haven't tried yet is the Christ consciousness. This is why I don't read the Bible. This is what I opened up to. Are they driven before the wind like straw? Are they carried away by the storm like chaff? Not at all. Well, you say, at least God will punish their children. Seriously. But I say he should punish the ones who sin. So who are like punish the ones who sin? And I've said it a number of times. Sins means systems integrated into society. The corruption within the system. Universe has been getting me to read one of these at the end. Because a lot of people, they'll want to go buy a card. And I've said, like, if somebody wanted me to do a card, well, I'd have to say, contact me. And then ask a question, and then we'll go from there. Whether it's just reading a card and then finding out why you want to know what it is that you want to know. What does the universe think it's about? Awareness. And material and spiritual prosperity. Oh, awareness is number one. Awareness is major arcana cards. Awareness is number one. The card is one of the key reminders that you are ready, that you are already, that you already possess all of the tools to guide and direct you in your life. Whether it's wisdom, intuition, psychic skill, creativity, self-motivation, love, willpower, physical ability, or just pure courage. They're all part of you. Once you learn to tap into and use them, you'll be amazed by the power and effect they can have. You have the ability to allow the universe to work in partnership with you. It's the awareness with myself and others for forward. Together, you can manifest change, whatever the desire may be, and bring about a positive outcome. This card represents your ability to create your own reality, to set ideas into motion and watch them grow. This card is often drawn when you're ready to switch direction, start a new project, or change careers. Now is the time to use positive thoughts, visualizations, and affirmations as you veer away from negativity. Affirmations telling yourself that you are worthy because you are, that you are whole because you are. You're just living under an illusion that you're not because somebody else tells you. Knowledge is power and can lead to success. By having faith, keeping your willpower strong and direct, and by tapping into the tools that you possess, as well as calling on the magic from the universe. You can accomplish anything and everything you set out to do. The magician. And certain groups, affiliations, they would say that this is demonic, but it's not. Because when something gives you hope, how is that demonic? When something brings you faith and prosperity and joy and understanding and compassion, material and spiritual prosperity. Hi, what you doing for it, man? I almost opened it. The number 6 card represents a peaceful, tranquil time when problems seem to actually disappear. A sudden bounce, power rise, or even a sudden bounce, pay raise, or even a promotion could be in the offering. It could be expected or arrive out of the blue. This card may also signify a group that has worked and strived towards the success of a common goal. A time of prosperity, balance, and harmony in your physical and spiritual existence is showing you that the practice of giving and receiving will bring you true riches. Look into your life and see where you can spend spiritual and physical wealth. Is there a person or a favorite charity that would welcome an act of kindness right now? Practice generosity, gratitude, and compassion so that you continue to prosper in all areas of your life. That's what the universe needs you to know. So the awareness, being aware of self and your own bodies, your own feelings, your own experiences, confessing those to yourself, and then becoming aware of spirit, aware of everything. I know I'm not I'm doing something. Patience, man. I'm always told to have patience. It's like, man, stop telling me to have patience. I got more patience than anyone can shake a stick at. I'm dealing with Uranus. No, she's not. Kidding. She's not kidding. She's dealing with Uranus. People will say, oh, well, she's talking in third party. Like, she's like delusional. She's this, she's that. No. kutukuria sada kita menuitai. Ele kutukuria sada. Oh, I am. Yeah. Yes, I don't know what I do. So that's correct. Dance like no one is watching. Love like you'll never hurt. Love like you'll never be hurt. Sing like no one's listening. Live like it is heaven on earth. That being said, I send you all much love, light, many blessings, most importantly, very good health to anyone and everyone wanting, willing to receive and accept. I want you all to be big, bold, brave. Be yourself. Be who you are, not who someone says you are. You have to be. Be authentic. Be kind to yourself and others. Be truthful to yourself and others. And know that you have more strength than you can comprehend. I send you all much love.